Pinterest people, really excited to be live with you once again. And today we're talking about how to repurpose your short form videos. And in case you're like, what kind of videos? So short form videos are those tiny videos, whether we're talking about Instagram Reels, stories, TikToks, Pinterest idea pins, YouTube stories, shorts, YouTube shorts. They all kind of like merge into one. Well, I'm really excited to be joined by Nicole of Hello Happy Mom. Hi.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
I know, it's so great. Thanks for saying yes. I heard about how amazing you were doing with your super fun videos and how you were posting them over on Pinterest and how you had success with creator rewards as well, right? Like that it's
Yes.
just working for you.
Yeah. It's been a really cool experience. I'm excited to share about that today.
Love it. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button to unlock the chat where you can ask us questions live as well. If you're watching on Facebook, you can comment right below this video and we'll see your questions. So if you have any questions at all, be sure to post them. We're live right now. And if you are watching the replay, leave your comments right down or your questions in the comments below the video, and Nicole and myself will keep an eye for a bit, right?
Yep. Sounds good.
Amazing. Okay, so tell us first your story. Like, how did you get started with the short form videos and blogging in general?
Yeah. So my journey sharing myself online started quite a while ago. I was the first friend in my friend group to have kids. And so people would ask me questions about, what products do I use? What is a good, sleeping hack? How do you get your kiddos to sleep? All these things. And so I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I've never been on video before, but I'm going to put my face on YouTube and I'm going to share some tips and things that I love. And so I started doing that a few years ago and then created an Instagram account just to go alongside it because I thought it's easier to kind of connect with your community there.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to late 2019, right before quarantine, I was hearing about TikTok and it was kind of people were kind of talking about it. It wasn't nearly as popular as it is now, but I jumped over there and I was like hit in the face with like dancing teenagers. And I was like, oh, what am I doing here? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, what's going on? And so I said, you know what? I'm going to take a second, just like we do with any platform, right? Like when Facebook was new, we were kind of shocked by like what was going on there. And then it becomes a little bit more tailored to, your interests and things. And so I said, I'm going to hang out here for a minute. I'm going to kind of feel it out and I'm going to see how I can adapt my content for moms and just for finding cool gadgets and things. Like, how can I adapt that to what this is? So I took a chance and I would just went around my house with my phone, which by the way, this is all you need to get started, nothing fancy. And I started just taking videos of all of the products that I've recommended in the past that I love. And I posted one video and I kind of just like closed my eyes, like, what's going to happen? Like, are the mean teenagers going to come get me? Because I was nervous. I just, TikTok was new to me. And instead, I found people that had the same, and they were moms that were like, oh, this is cool. We want more. And so I leaned in and I started because then we went into quarantine and we're all at home and I'm homeschooling and I'm like, I'm here anyway. So I leaned in and I just started posting like 2 to 3 times a day, which seems crazy, but I was stuck at home. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do what I can. And quickly it picked up steam and that became a niche that people were super interested in. It was like, what's the next cool product? And that's kind of how I like jumped in. And that page went from 0 to over 500,000 and probably 18 months, which is crazy, right? And so then I was like, hold on a second. All of these other platforms are copying TikTok. Like they're seeing, it's no secret, TikTok had 1 billion active users at the end of 2021. That's insane. That's a lot of people. So you see these other platforms say, we want to be just like them. So how are we going to use short form video? And as soon as they started coming out with short form video concepts like Reels and YouTube Shorts, I was like, I already did all this work. I've been posting twice a day for a year at this point. So I'm like, I
There's
have
so
a
much
Dropbox
content.
folder full of content.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go and repurpose all of my TikTok videos, and I'm gonna post them anywhere short form video is. And what's so amazing is we are lucky in that the formatting of a TikTok video is the same as an Instagram reel, which is the same as a Facebook reel.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes the guesswork out of, do I have to how much, it makes it easier to repurpose
Mhm.
your content, basically. Um, so I went on Instagram and I was like, I'm going to share all of my shorts over there. And then that page grew I think I had 4,000 followers, and I was hustling hard on that page to grow, and I just was not growing.
Yeah.
Um, and now I'm sitting at a little over, I think, 115,000 in the last 12 months. So
Amazing.
it's and it's all
So,
from utilizing
videos, right?
new, the new toy, right? It's like everyone wants you to do videos, so let me just go try it.
So take us back a bit
Mhm.
to, so say for example, everyone's watching this and we're like, yes, we want 500,000 followers on TikTok. We want 500,000 followers on any platform. I think we'll take
Yeah,
it, right? So
right, for sure.
my question, and I'm sure this is a question that a lot of us are asking who are watching, is okay, how do I get started? How, I
Mhm,
know you said it's just all about making use of the phone that we have and we're
mhm,
walking around
mhm.
with. So,
Yeah.
you know, you focused on products. So I love your
Mhm,
Amazon finds videos. How can
mhm.
we find our edge? Like, how do we
Mm.
choose something and how do we start? So, because again,
Yeah,
this thing is about repurposing, but I know a lot of us,
yeah,
maybe we don't even create video. So, what are
right.
your tips for someone who is just beginning?
Yeah, so what are you passionate about?
Hmm.
You wanna lead with something that you are passionate about, you're knowledgeable about, because if you're going to be putting so much of your time into something, you want it to be something that you love and you enjoy, right? So, start narrow with a niche. So I think a lot of people, maybe I don't wanna generalize, but some folks will post, like, a bunch of different types of things, and they'll be like, "Why am I not growing?" Well, that's
Hmm.
because you may have gotten someone that was really interested in this kid's product, and then they came back to your page and you were sharing something totally unrelated, so you kinda lost their interest.
Yeah.
So, niche down, start narrow, but honestly, what I did is, it kind of fell into my lap in terms of, like, my friends were asking me for help with motherhood stuff, so I was kinda like, "I'm just gonna find the coolest products that make this easier for us," you know? Um, but yeah, take a moment, take some time and just sit down and kind of journal about things that are of interest to you, things that you're knowledgeable about. Like, what is something that you could share that people could learn from? And really, the most successful short form videos either educate someone on something, they sell someone something, or they inspire someone.
Hmm.
So think about those 3 verticals and say, what can I share? Like you, Natalie, being a Pinterest expert, clearly, like, niching down to Pinterest and sharing all the cool Pinterest stuff is going to be a no-brainer, but yeah, I think just taking a moment and journaling and kind of figuring out what's important to you.
I love that. And what you can consistently post about, right? So not just like one or two, but like, can
Mhm.
you create one or two a week, one or two a day
Yeah.
of that content? So what would you say the frequency we should aim for? Like how many short form videos should we make?
Um, so I will say in a perfect world, you would just post every day. I know
Yeah.
that's not feasible for everyone, but I will say in my experience, I had never grown a platform quickly in any
Hmm.
regard, and I've done it twice now, and the thing that worked was being consistent, and it's hard work. It really is, and, I'm not minimizing it because posting 1 to 2 to 3 times a day, that's gonna get you more rapid growth because naturally you're putting more content out there for people to consume, right? Like, there's more hooks out in the ocean to catch people. So
Hmm.
if you're just getting started, what I would recommend doing is kind of the way I structure my week actually is I batch film for a couple of hours at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
And then I have my content for the whole week. So I'm not like scrambling on the day of like, oh gosh, I haven't posted today. What am I going to share? It's
Hmm.
otherwise it can get stressful, right? So set aside some time, film as much as you can. and then edit those videos and share them throughout the week. But I would aim for sharing like once a day if you can. That would be awesome. But don't stress yourself out, you know?
Mhm. I hear that. So I love that you're saying about like consistency. Consistency is the
Mhm.
key, I'd say, to growing any platform at all. When we're talking about short form video, you're active everywhere, but which platform would you start with?
Let's see. I would say whichever platform is most exciting to you.
Yeah. So
Like
in case
start
anyone's like, what are my options? We've got
yeah,
TikTok, we've got
yeah,
Instagram, we've got Pinterest, we've got
got
YouTube,
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep. You even have LinkedIn has short form
Mm,
videos now. So,
yeah.
what I would do is start where you're most comfortable and you feel like, okay, this is not just like a total shock. Say Instagram, for example. I've been on Instagram for a couple years. I'm kind of familiar with the format and the platform.
Mhm.
I'm going to start there and just see how it goes. And don't overwhelm yourself with the tools because if you open the TikTok app and like open the camera, it is overwhelming. It's like there's a bunch of little things everywhere. What am I
Yeah.
gonna click on? But just use your camera. Like just use your raw, like your normal camera on your phone.
Mhm.
Record a video, pop it in some editing software like CapCut. It's totally free. And yes, yes. I was looking for a chat to like type that out, but CapCut is free and it takes a little bit of getting used to, like anything would, but it's so easy to edit down your videos using that. And
Love it.
that's what I would do. Pick your favorite platform and just jump in.
Would you recommend taking a course, or you say we can just figure it out?
I offer consulting, so come hire me and I'll help you. But
Love that.
but honestly, really, just from watching this little conversation, I feel like you could have what you needed to get started. I mean,
Mhm.
shoot a quick video and I can go through some of the elements in a minute too of what makes like a good short form video,
Yeah, I
a
would love
successful
that.
one. And so, yeah, so I'll just kind of jump in right there. So, a good short form video, they've found the sweet spot is around like 15 seconds, which seems like insane, right? Oh my gosh, 15
Yeah.
seconds, what? But we are our attention spans are dwindling, right? I think we can all kind of like agree. If you're scrolling through, what captures your attention is called the hook, right? If you're scrolling through a video, you're the very first thing you hear from someone is going to decide within those first couple of seconds whether you're going to watch the rest of their video.
Yeah.
So say
Should I open up an
something.
example, or do you have one to share? Here, I guess I could
Um,
play any of your videos, right?
yeah, let me see if I can find a good one. Most of mine open with like Amazon favorites for your home or um let me see.
Here, I have your Instagram up.
Things you don't need on Amazon. That was like a um
Is that a
polarizing
recent
kind
one?
of like, here's what you
Oh,
don't need.
here, the avocado one.
Yeah. It's a little cringe watching my own video, honestly. But anyway, so and you can see on that video, I have the title on the video too. So
Mhm.
if someone's watching without sound on, they can see at a glance what your hook is, right? So it's like maybe I can't hear her, but I can see it in the first couple seconds of the video. So put a little title out there, put your hook within the first couple of seconds, um, and then keep your video brief. And I think you have a good shot. I think you do.
Yeah, I love that. Um, Brings me to my next question, which is, what is your workflow? Like, can you lay it out for us if anyone was like, okay, yes, I'm getting started.
Hmm.
Just take us through the whole process.
Yeah, yeah. So I spend, this might sound like totally crazy, but because I do mostly cool Amazon gear, I spend a considerable amount of time just finding cool things that
On
people need
Amazon.
to know about.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's like, okay,
So
and
it's
what
like
are the needs?
research. Like step zero is
Research.
like research,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And so that does involve, like you've mentioned in some of your videos, like keyword research. What are people looking for?
Mhm.
At the beginning of August, people were looking for back to school stuff, right? So I do a lot of like what's in my kids' lunchbox. Those do fairly well on Pinterest because people are looking for bento box lunch ideas right now. Go figure, right? So do a little bit of research and just try to find cool things that I'm not seeing out there that I haven't seen other people share. And I'm like, what's just kind of like a neat kitschy tool? I've done some work for BuzzFeed, and that is what they were looking for, right? They're like, what are like 5 cool things that like people don't know about that they could know, that you could share. So I do some research, and then I batch record. So usually on Sundays, Sunday afternoons, I try to record as much as I possibly can, and then edit throughout the week. And so I do have a virtual assistant who I absolutely love, and she helps me disseminate my videos to all the different places.
Yeah.
But a tool I use to do that too, which I can share with you guys. But
pack lunch for my 4th grader.
Yeah. And Nadalie, at the beginning right there with the preschool lunchbox, I posted it a second time to try out like the keyword and see if it would get more of a reach. Like I switched the title and the keywords in the description, and I was like, I wonder if it will reach more people on Pinterest this way. So it's kind of like a little test I was doing. But
how did it work out? Oh, this one.
Yeah, I just posted it. So like kids lunch ideas for school, that was like a specific keyword that people were searching for. So I was like, you know what? Let's see
what happens
if it'll reach a bigger audience. But anyway, but
I love that. So, and tell us about that tool, because I know what's the fastest way to repurpose? Like, I think that's, I know you have a VA, some of us don't. So what is the fastest way, to repurpose?
Yeah. And I'll share my screen here in a second too, but let's see how I can do that. I just clicked the little share button, I think, right?
And then you choose the tab or the window.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Hold on, it has to pop up on my end. Did you hit share?
Okay. Yes, I did.
I have not seen anything come up yet.
Oh, whoops, just kidding. There we go.
I was like, where is it?
There we go.
So this is repurpose.io, right?
Right. So a big question people have is, once I post my video, let's say I make it with TikTok and it's on TikTok and it has the watermark on TikTok, and like, how do I get that off? Or if I post it on Instagram, it has the Instagram watermark. How do I remove that? And there is an app called Snaptik, Snaptik, which you can use, or you can use repurpose.io. It removes it for you. And I feel like I might like blow your mind when I share this right now, because it's one of the coolest tools that I've come across recently. But basically all of my content originally started on TikTok, right? Like where I'm kind of circling down here. And what I did is I set up connections. So let me start here. I connected YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and Dropbox. And I told Repurpose.io, pull every single video from my TikTok page and put it into Dropbox automatically. So anytime I post on TikTok, it automatically pulls the video and it dumps it in this folder. Whoa. Like, what? Like, hold on. So
you don't have to do it one by one.
No. So these are all in my Dropbox folder. So if I went to Dropbox right now, all 1,200 videos would be there. Raw, no watermark, no nothing. Like, so amazing. Like, what? So if I sound excited, I've done it the manual way. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And so all the rest of these, you'll see you can have like a manual or an automatic switch. I leave them all on manual because I want to customize the captions to the platform. So you can see here from TikTok to Facebook Reels. They just rolled this out this week. And when you go in here, I think I've only done one using it, right? You can see here that I've published it. Obviously, it says published. It has a little eyeball. If you click that, it takes you to Facebook to see where they posted it. But what you do to use it is, here are all my videos from TikTok that it's pulled. And if you don't see it updated, you can click fetch and it will pull your newest videos for you just to make sure they're all there. and then you click publish. And from here, you can update the caption right here, and you can schedule it to post, or you can publish it right away. And so when I talked about my workflow and kind of batching content, on Sundays, if I'm able to film, edit, and upload everything, I could just schedule everything on Sunday too, to go out. So I also think it's cool that it tells you here what the format and the time limit is. So just in case you needed a reminder. But you can set up all of the social platforms except for Pinterest idea pins. I think that's probably going to come soon. But right now, if you go to Pinterest or you use this tool for Pinterest, it posts as a Pinterest like static post, not a idea pin. So just a heads up there. But YouTube Shorts, I mean, it does it for YouTube Shorts.
But like you're saying that you also have the footage pulled without watermarks to your Dropbox. So if we're posting idea pins from our phones, which we should be doing anyways, you could just download that footage to your phone and then do it that way, right?
Yeah. And I just love having it all in Dropbox, because if at any moment these platforms go under or something, I have like a place where all my content is. And I could and you can do so many things with your content, right? You can make blog posts out of it. You can all kinds of stuff. So I would definitely recommend hooking up Dropbox or something similar to like house all of your content, and then you can use the rest of it to schedule everything out.
So this also leads to another question, which is super common one, is how do you export without watermarks or music? I'm just putting this here in case anybody jumps to this question. So it pulls watermarks. Does it remove any music, or do you not add music to your videos?
I don't use music because music causes issues, in my opinion. I love music. It's like, so it hurts me sometimes. But like the mixes that people do, they get removed all the time. And then your video that you work so hard on is like completely mute. So it's like your video with no sound. And so I tend to stay away from music in that regard, right? People are dancing and there's no sound. You're like, what's happening? So that is not an area that I'm an expert in, just because I tend to stay away from it. And I also make content for brands and I license it. So I don't want them to get in trouble with copyright owners. There's a lot of red tape around music, truly. I follow like a lawyer on Instagram who shares influencer type of stuff, and companies are being sued because influencers are using copyrighted music for their ads. So to me, it's a chore that I don't have the time to keep up with. And so I'm like, I'm just going to focus here.
But makes sense.
But the watermark, absolutely. Repurpose.io brings it across without the watermark. You can also use Snaptic, because Repurpose.io does have a free version, but I'm doing the paid one because I see the benefit in it. But Snaptic, Snaptik, is just a regular website where you can go and it will remove the watermark for you too.
I love that. Yeah, I would just avoid music. It's copyrighted, and usually, especially if you choose the music in the platform, it's only copyrighted for that platform. So if you then try and put that song somewhere else, you're going to get in trouble. So you're going to use music, go find some copyright-free music, or hey, don't use music at all.
I know, but we want to use the corn song. I'm just kidding.
I know. This also is a great question, because you mentioned someone had posted this asking, what should we repurpose our short form video as, idea pins or video pins? So you said, does Repurpose.io post it as a video pin or as a video pin, right? So have you experimented with doing them as video pins instead of idea pins?
Yes, I have. Not on purpose though. I did it and I was like, is it going as an idea pin? Hold on. It posted as a video pin, and it just did not get the reach at all. I mean, I don't know if in your experience, Nadalie, you've seen that, but an idea pin gets organic traffic that a video pin, in my experience, has not. And so I always lean towards, if platforms are incentivizing creators, paying creators to use a tool, use that tool, right? So like if Pinterest is like, we want everyone to use idea pins, I would lean that way, just personally.
And since you're doing Amazon products, have you been tagging your products with your affiliate links in your idea
Absolutely.
pins?
Yeah, yeah. So when I started on TikTok, I thought to myself, like, how can I monetize this? That's just how my creator brain works, right? Like, how do we
Mhm.
get paid for our hard work? And so I put a link in my profile in my bio, and that takes people to a page on my blog. And in order, honestly, I need a better option. I'm kind of working through that, but it takes people to my blog, and all the products are in order that you're seeing them. And so I thought there's no chance people are going to do this, but they absolutely do. They go to your profile, they click the link, and then they click your affiliate link. So that's how I do it on Instagram and TikTok. And then on YouTube, I'm not sure if it's rolled out to everyone yet. I think it has the product tagging feature where you can
Mhm.
actually make your video shoppable.
Yeah.
So on my YouTube video, if you're watching a short, like you can see the products tagged right there. And
Okay.
so people can purchase directly from the video, which is like an affiliate link through YouTube, if that makes sense. That's new and that's cool, and that makes it easier for people to buy because they're watching the video and the product is like right
Right.
on the screen next to the thing.
And you
So,
can do that on to anyone who's in the US. You can tag Amazon affiliate products directly on your idea pins. So you can just paste in the link and tag it on your idea pin and then get paid that way.
oh, okay. See, that's what I need
Oh, you
help
didn't
with
know?
'cause I don't know. I'm like, wait, back up, rewind,
Yeah,
show me how
you
to do
can.
that.
You can. I know Kayla has posted one. Let me find. I'll bring up the example. In
Yeah,
the
that would be
meantime, I'll
awesome.
find that, and then we've got a couple of
Yeah.
questions coming in. So Katrin asked, I have a question. I'm doing gift wrapping paper and fabric designs. I'm posting for Christmas right now. I wonder if it's okay for Pinterest that I do post for birthday later. So I'm guessing she's asking if she can repurpose that same video for multiple reasons, right? But remember, like if
Mhm.
it's birthday, there's no specific day of the year, right? Like people have
Right.
birthdays every single day of the year, right?
Yeah, I'd make that my evergreen content that's like kind of being posted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, if you're doing gift wrapping, can you even imagine, you know how the ASMR videos are so popular where it's like all you can hear is someone restocking their kitchen or whatever?
Yeah,
Like if you did a gift wrapping one, like
with the
how fun
paper
would that
folding.
be?
Yeah,
Yes. That would be, I mean, I think that would be awesome. I think it would do really well and people could learn how to gift wrap just by watching you, which is awesome because who doesn't need help doing that?
I would totally do that. So about the links, here is the how it works on Amazon. So here is a pin from Kayla from Writing from Nowhere. It was about the scuba wash bag, which is a product she reviewed. And you can see right here that there's this little tag, and then the product shows up and they can actually just link. So she linked to their product on Pinterest, but if you have an Amazon affiliate link, you can actually just link in the pin. You can only do this on mobile, but then you see how you just have the little products. So it shows up like this.
Oh, wow.
I would add in your links that way, right?
Yeah, because I've just been putting my storefront in the comments and in my profile and everywhere.
Yeah. So if you are in the US and you belong to the Amazon affiliate program, partner program, you can tag right on the phone. So you know
That's
how
so
you would
cool.
add a sticker or you tag a profile in idea pins, like when you're creating idea
Mhm.
pin, you would just paste in the link, your Amazon short link, and then tag it.
That's amazing.
I'm happy
That's
I blew your mind.
amazing. We're all learning something here today.
Get those products, get paid, y'all.
Yeah,
Okay, we
yeah.
had another question. Could you suggest ideas for monetizing through short form videos for a translators community? She said, or this person said both Pinterest and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
For a translator. So I would make some really fun videos with just like catchphrases for different countries. Like, going on a business trip to Shanghai. Here are five, like, like
Yes.
Like, how do I get help? And then like the video, like you say it in English and then you say it in like the second language. Like I would make some really fun videos.
Yeah, I agree. Like, how amazing would it be it's so helpful too. Like, I love that translator community. And 3 ways to offend someone in Europe, right? No, I'm just kidding. But like,
don't like three things not to say in like
3 things. I mean, think about how well that video would do. Like 3 things not to say to someone in Europe or in China or whatever.
Yeah, like things that don't translate. Like, you know how you had your don't buy this on Amazon? Like,
Yeah.
things that like do not translate well. I would
But she
totally
did
do that.
say ideas of monetizing through short form video for the translator community. So you could do like 3 tools to help you while you're traveling overseas, or 3, what is an adjacent vertical? So I probably need to look at her page specifically to see kind of what she's sharing, but is there a way that a product could tie into translating? I mean, is there like a translation guide? Is there an app? Is there a company you could partner with to share their product and make money that way? There are a lot of different options. Yeah.
And if anyone has ideas, post in the comments. Like, let's help each other brainstorm. Yeah, that would be great. So let's go back to our questions. Here's another really popular one. Any tips for creating idea pins? Because I know one of the questions that we had was, okay, you know, like on TikTok or Instagram, it's one video. How does that translate to idea pins? Like, are you posting it as one video, or do you do like cut scenes, like, you know, so that they can click through? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm still actually playing around with that. And on Pinterest, every Wednesday I do What's in My Bag Wednesday, and that video is a full 60 seconds.
Let me find it.
Most of my other content is like 15, right? So because it's the full 60-second video, Pinterest idea pins split the video. And so it cuts it in half, but I'm still able to use the full video. So I honestly, I probably should play with the Pinterest tools more, but I'm honestly just repurposing my video that I've already made. So like this one, you see how it has like 2 pages. That will go for like a full 30 seconds and then go to the next page. And while I don't think that it will do as well as a short form idea pin, nonetheless, I'm putting it out there because I filmed it. So I'm like,
yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
I love that you're telling people to go check out your site.
Yeah.
Love it. This is so fun. People love
I'm like, it's kind of cringe like watching my video back, but yeah.
No, I love that. So experiment, you know, post it both ways. See if one video does better or if you posting it as like little cut scenes. But either way, if you have your footage, it's very easy to experiment, right? Like it's in your Dropbox. It's not a stress, right?
Right. And you can play with it in an editing app, cut it, splice it. Try different things for sure.
Amazing. So here's another great question. What about the Creator Rewards program? Tell us, how's it been going for you? How much have you earned? Like, spill all the tea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can share like the exact dollar amount. Will that get me in trouble? I don't know. But what I will say is,
how will it get you in trouble?
I don't know, because I know like
tell us.
I know like with Amazon, you're not allowed to share like your stats, but I'll share whatever. It's fine. It's good. So when I very first got invited, the incentives were obviously higher because they're trying to get people to start using the tool. But I've made a little over $5,000 using Pinterest idea pins through the Creator Rewards program that I would not have even considered. You know, like I got the email inviting me to the program and I was like, what is this? Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to run over there and I'm going to satisfy all those little things. But basically they have little tiers, like little goals for you to hit. So it's like post a video that has like 100 saves and they'll pay you a certain dollar amount for those videos. And there's usually, I don't know, Natalie, I would assume you're in it too, right? Like there's probably.
I actually can't personally join because I'm in Canada and Pinterest doesn't like anyone else apparently. Yeah, I'm a little bitter about it, but it's fine. I glean information from like people like you. Also, Amy, who was watching earlier, has kind of like shared her experience with the program. But yeah, basically, it's like if you already have these videos, why not just get paid? Like if you're in the US, of course.
Right. And when you go to the little area, it's like a creator hub or whatever, you click submit, it just pulls up your catalog of videos that you've posted. So select which video you want to submit for consideration. It goes through like a little review process, and then you get paid. Like, what? I was going to do this anyway. Like you said, I was going to post this anyway. So it's and I would say the same is true for Facebook. The same is true for Instagram. They all have bonus programs, and so does YouTube Shorts. So all of these platforms are saying, and so does TikTok. They all do. So all these platforms are saying, hey guys, we're incentivizing you. I mean, I've been in this realm for a while. I've never seen anything like this. So I'm like, people are being paid just to use the tools. Yeah, let me go do that. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Maybe as well. I love that. This is another great question. Can you link short form videos to your website on Pinterest? So idea pins do not have links yet. There are people who have early access to being able to link idea pins to a destination URL. So I do believe this feature is coming. Don't ask me when. I don't know anything other than I know some people can do it. And I know you're adding your link to, are you adding it to the details or to the comments?
Just to the comments. I would say out of all the platforms, I'm most ineffective with Pinterest when it comes to sending traffic, only because I don't have a direct URL link yet from idea pins, but once that happens, that would be amazing. So
yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's coming. But that doesn't mean you should like, I think the lack of a link shouldn't be a big enough reason to not be posting idea pins, right? Like it's growing your profile. You know, if you have content, still create static pins that link to your content. It's not like you only do idea pins, right? Like if you want to make the most of Pinterest. Okay, here's another great question. How can we repurpose Pinterest content elsewhere? So I think this is more of a question. Like I assume this person is asking more like, okay, I'm posting pins. What do I do with them, right? And I would say you can take your pin images and throw them up on Instagram or Facebook in like your stories, right? Like I would do that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I'm not the Pinterest expert, but I would definitely say any content that you have, just share it wherever you can. I mean, like I said earlier, the more that you share, the more opportunity people have of finding you. So that one photo that you posted on Pinterest that you post on Facebook might be the reason that someone finds you there, and becomes a follower and part of your community. So yeah.
Amazing. Like I am not active on Instagram, but I'm one of the few people who I'm just like, I'm all about the Pinterest. But what I did do was I took my pin images anytime I published a post, and I used to just like throw them up, right?
Yeah.
Like this is my pin image, or like
I love
this
that.
is taken from an idea pin. It's same size. Right? So, and I just added in these little things, right? So this is something you could do. They're perfectly sized.
Right? I love that. That's a great idea.
So you can repurpose that way.
Yeah.
Share it anywhere you can.
Yep.
So yeah, amazing. Okay. And this is another question that gets asked all a lot. And also, anyone, you have questions, this is your chance to ask them. When you're watching, post it. Here's another one. Can we also share them to Facebook or YouTube? And we know the answer, but tell them anyway, anyone who skips ahead.
Yeah, you absolutely can. So if you're popping into the video right here and you haven't heard the beginning, you can repurpose your content a bunch of different ways, but I like repurpose.io, which is awesome. And you can repurpose your content to Facebook and YouTube. And again, everyone is being incentivized to post on Facebook and YouTube. So join the reward programs, join bonus programs if you can, and yeah, share it everywhere.
I love that. Tell them, right? Like, it's like I say it one thing, but yeah, definitely. Because I love that if you go on to any of your pages, like I can find this video on YouTube. I found this video. This is your Instagram, but you have the same video on your Pinterest, on your YouTube, and I assume it's also on TikTok somewhere, right?
Well, it was. I can't remember if I took it. I can't remember. But yeah, but typically, yes, that's the flow. Yeah.
You're just everywhere. I love it. I feel really confident about, getting into short form video. Okay, so we have another question. And what about long YouTube videos? Does the Repurpose app cut it out?
Let's see. I haven't tried long form videos. Let me hold on a second. Let's just look at this.
I would say that like for your long form videos, maybe not, because it's not perfectly sized for one. Like it would get cropped like this. But maybe.
Yeah.
I know there are other tools like the Adobe site has a free like resizer. Hold on. Let me show you guys. It's just a website and you can resize any video for free. Let me find the page. Is it this one? Oh yeah, here. I'll share my screen. It's a totally free tool, and as you investigate that, I'll show.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an awesome site. You can just upload your video and then it will help you crop it. So if you have your footage, you just drop it in and then you can resize to any of these other sizes you need for your different platforms. So I would use something like this for taking the longer YouTube videos and then helping it to, because you need to get it into that 9:16 ratio, right? And our YouTube videos are 16:9. Like it's the same ratio, but it's like this way. So you would need to crop it for the other platforms.
Okay, so I just tried. Yeah, that's super helpful. I'm going to jot that down too. So for Repurpose.io, it pulled all of my long form videos. Yeah. So I can show you real quick. Hang on. I set it up so that it would pull my long form videos and put them in Dropbox just to kind of like see if it would work. Let's see. Share. Okay. Can you see my screen?
I've added it.
All right. Can you see me, Natalie? Oh, okay, good. So it took me, 20 seconds? I don't know, not very long. I established
just get the tool, people. Just get the tool.
Just get it. Just try it. I established the YouTube connection, and then I said drop them in Dropbox, and it's fetching my content. I selected this specific folder on YouTube, which was like my unfiltered thoughts on bags I've reviewed.
Yeah.
And look, these are all my long form videos, 4, 6, 7, 5. So I mean, pretty cool.
Does it let you crop it though, or is it going to post it in the wrong size? That's my question.
Let's see.
Because it's just saying published, but it's not letting you edit it.
Right. It won't let you edit the video. It's just going to post what you've had. So this is going to my Dropbox. So in a couple of minutes, I'll check Dropbox and I'll let you guys know if I would assume it's going to post the whole long form video.
That's not perfectly sized for the platform though, right? So I would probably do an in-between step, like using the Adobe, that free tool. Like you just take your footage, drop it in there, resize it either to square or the 16:9, and then you can post it.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Nicole? We have her for a few more minutes. Any other tips, like overall for, what has, or any bit of encouragement, like give us a little boost to help us get started.
I think it's important to know that as you start posting and as you start reaching organic traffic, that you're going to get negativity. And that's something that was new to me because I've been in my like little bubble for a really long time. And then as soon as I started reaching new people, you also reach people that are trolls. I mean, that's probably
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're not the nicest word, but that's what they are. So um, just be prepared mentally for people to say things that are not kind, and do what you need to protect yourself against that. If you need to have someone delete comments for you, or, like, just, I try not to stand for it, but sometimes when a video goes viral, it gets out of hand really quickly, and you
Mhm.
just can't keep up with, like, uh, so sometimes, just to, like, safeguard myself, if I see a video going super viral, I will put, like, a comment that says, like, "DM me if you have a question," and then I just, like, don't look at the comments, because I'm
Yeah.
like I'm like, it's
Yeah.
overwhelming, it's a lot, and some of them are
Mhm.
unkind, but, just be aware that that is definitely something, because you're reaching places that you've never reached before on some of these tools, or on some
Really
of these
great.
platforms.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, awesome. So
Yeah.
I know you mentioned that you do offer some consulting coaching.
Mhm.
So tell us, how can you help us get started, and how can we reach you and what you offer?
Yeah, yeah. So I do have a page where I offer consulting for creators and also for small business. And I just help you get started with your strategy, because it's a lot of information. This video was super informative and had a bunch of good little, like, pieces in it, but it could feel overwhelming to get started and know just, like, what's the best way. Have someone work one on one with me. And so, yeah, so I can help you kind of get everything together. I will put together a strategy with you at the end of the call, and then answer any of the important questions that you have. I'm sure that there's different things that you've been thinking about. And so it's just coming alongside you, guiding you, and
Yeah.
helping you get started, and giving you a strategy that you can feel good about kind of jumping out there with. So yeah. Yep.
Thanks. I hope if anyone's watching and you need help and short form video is like the thing you've been wanting to start with, check out Nicole. I'm going to put all the links in the description and all the amazing tools. Like, this was just a taste of her wealth of knowledge that she has and can help you to, grow with short form video. And that's going to help you grow on every platform. I think that's what's so amazing. It's going to
Mhm.
help you grow on, let's just run it down again, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Pinterest, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, and any other platform that's going to be coming out, right? Like,
Right,
that's
right.
amazing.
Yeah. I honestly was
I think
surprised
we need
about
to talk, by
Pinterest,
the way.
especially.
Maybe I need to hire you.
Yeah.
We'll talk
But
after.
yeah, no, you're exactly right. And, like, on Pinterest, I thought every once in a while you get like, an influx of traffic, and you're like, "Ooh, millions of views this month," and then it kind of, like, fluctuates around. But
Yeah.
to see, like, my Pinterest follower count go up was, I didn't expect it, because I hadn't really utilized the tool as much. And so you're right, it grows as soon as you jump in. You kind of start to see a little bit of that growth everywhere, because that's what's important to them right now.
Love that. So start creating those short form videos. And remember, step one is just take out your phone, play around, hit video, hit record. I think that's like what some of the best advice I'll ever give you is just hit record.
Yep.
Get
Yep.
that footage.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, Nicole.
Yeah,
This
of
was
course.
amazing. And
Aw.
I'm really excited to see all the short form videos you all create. So if you watch this and you end up creating some videos, share links. Actually, no, sorry, YouTube freaks out when people share links. So just put your profile name and tell me to like go check it out, and I will
Yeah.
definitely do that. Reach out to Nicole. Check
Mhm.
her out at her site, which is hellohappymom.com. Lots of amazing content. Get inspired. Reach out to her if you need help. And of course, be sure to like this video. We got to thank you. Woo, you're so
Mhm.
welcome.
Aw, you're welcome.
And don't forget to hit subscribe, because I'm live the last Friday of every single month. So if you found this fun, come back next month, and I drop
Yeah.
new training every week. So thank you so much, Nicole. It's
Oh,
been
thanks so much for
a
having me.
pleasure. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks
So
so
like
much.
and subscribe, everyone. Woo. Thanks for watching.